What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and the hero skills have been revealed for our guy Vardun and Canta. So, I took a little gander at him. And I feel like they have potential to be crazy because of the defense penetration. But anyways, let's go ahead and get in there. And you guys know I keep it real with you guys, give you guys my honest opinions on the heroes. Okay, so here we have Vardum's skills. Okay, Chief Runesmith. So his rage skill is the Chaos Rune. Rage skill cost is still 1000. Attack range is far. Consumes the current rune depending on a rune type. Okay, so before I go ahead and start reading this, he has 3 different types of damage factors that can happen. Okay, only one of them can happen. I think it's depending on what kind of unit you're hitting, but yeah, so the Legion gains a random rune upon entering the battle and gains a rune according to the target Legion unit type after casting a rage skill. Okay, so let me go ahead and read those to you guys. Consumes the current rune depending on the rune type. The Legion casts a Thunder, deals magic damage to the target Legion damage factor 2000. Fire deals diffuse magic damage to the target Legion and to nearby enemy legions damage factor 1600. Quake deals diffuse magic damage to 3 enemy legions in a forward rectangle damage factor 1800. So, I mean, 2,000 thunder damage, 1,600. I wonder which one does what depending on what you hit. You know what I mean? So, I know that it says random rune upon entering battle and gains rune according to the target Legion unit type after. Okay, so that's going to be interesting to see which one casts what, or is it just random altogether? Okay, the next one, skill number 2, Ravaging Flame. When the Legion gains a rune via casting a rage skill while in the field, the rune becomes a Ravaging rune. It can be triggered once every 30 seconds, consuming a Ravaging rune to cast fire upon 3 enemy legions, dealing diffuse damage legions and take damage gain slow. So march speed is 30% for 3 seconds. So when a legion, like this one's a little interesting because when you read it at first, it's like, okay, just march speed reduction, but it does something a little different here. So when the Legion gains a rune via casting rage skill on the field, the rune becomes a Ravaging rune. Okay, so the Ravaging rune it's interesting here how it could be consumed. Okay. I think we can come back to that after we read his awakening. Okay, so Master Runesmith. Legion magic unit gains 20% defense, 20% magic. Pretty standard legendary stat there. Nothing too crazy so far. Seal of Destruction. We got it's a passive, so when casting Chaos Rune, the target Legion's infantry unit loses 40% defense. Cavalry units lose 40% HP, and marksman units deal 40% less normal attack damage, and magic units deal 40% less hero. That is a massive debuff, bro. That is a massive debuff. Okay, infantry unit defense reduction 40%. Okay, magic. What I'm saying, when casting a Chaos Rune, so we got the Chaos Rune. What other kind of rune we have on here? And we also have a Ravaging rune. Consumes the current rune depending on the rune type. Okay. So I'm still trying to understand it a little bit better. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments section. Okay, so now his awakening skill, passive skill. The Legion deals 20% more hero skill damage while in the field. The Legion has a 100% chance to gain a Ravaging rune upon entering battle. That's the part that makes him even more OP, I feel like, when it comes to our guy Vardun here, is that as soon as you enter battle, you get that Ravaging rune. So that could be pretty crazy for like more like upfront damage is what I would see there. All right. So I'm not gonna lie, reading him off rip, I'm like, it has potential, but I'm not sure. So to me, Selûne still sounds better than Vardun personally when I'm reading this. Like when we read Selûne, it was more like Okay, bang. It does like just flat out just raw damage. This one is like depending on what kind of unit you're hitting, whether you get the ravaging rune or you get a chaos rune. Like it all depends on whatever rune you end up consuming, but it's definitely different. Consumes the current rune depending on a rune type. The Legion gains a random rune upon entering the battle and gains a rune according to the target Legion. So I wonder what kind of rune you get when you're focusing mainly on infantry. You know what I mean? Okay, interesting. Moving on to Cantaman. We got our guy Cantaman here. If you guys are wondering where I got these pictures, by the way, it's from their Instagram, from the callofdragons Instagram. All right, Enfeeving Vine. Rage skill cost 1000. Attack range far. Deals magic damage to the target. Legion damage factor 2000. That's a banger. And inflicts feeble damage dealt 15% for 3 seconds. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty insane debuff there. Pied Piper, passive. When launching a rally, the Legion gains 10% attack. Launching a normal attack, the Legion has 50% chance to gain crafty. Cannot be hit by target Legion's counterattack for 3 seconds. This effect can be triggered 2 times. This could be pretty good, especially right now with all the counter rally meta going on in order to stop the rallies. This one could be pretty good. However, if you don't have good control of the field, you're just going to get swarmed down. So yeah, pretty situational there. Titan's Tears, passive skill. Legion magic units gain 20% HP and ignore another 20% of the enemy's defense. Okay. That's, I mean, 20% unit HP is pretty nice. It gives you some good survivability hitting those tanks. Armor Corrosion. When inflicting a debuff via an innate skill, the Legion ignores 8% of the enemy defense. Max 48%. Okay. Interesting. Ebb and Flow. This one's pretty crazy. Passive skill. When the hero's magic legion casts a hero rage skill that only deals 1 instance of damage. Okay, when a hero's magic legion casts a rage skill that only deals 1 instance of damage, it deals 15% more damage. If it deals multiple instances of damage, it deals an extra 7% damage. For each instant dealt, max 56%. I mean, it seems like it would take a little while to get up to that 56%. So I'm not gonna. So like looking at the skills and reading them out loud. You know, my first time pretty much reading through. I glanced through them a little bit earlier, but looking at it at first, like it seems like its main bread and butter. It's gonna be, if I had to take a guess, is taking those tanks down, because you're doing so much defense penetration. I haven't added up all the defense penetration from both skills from both heroes, but it sounds like you're like upwards of like 70% plus maybe. So you could potentially be seeing this be meta in terms of killing the tanks. However, is it enough ignoring enemy defense to out DPS an archer hitting a tank, right? Because ultimately, one of the things that you would try to argue is saying that, oh, it's a tank killer. Okay, yeah, a tank killer / debuffing kind of march, but how fast is it killing the tanks? Is it killing it faster than the archers? Because if it's not killing it faster than the archer, like, you might as well use archers if the focus is to kill tanks here. But all in all, my biggest concern with the kit that they have here is their counterattack mitigation. As you guys know, the game right now is pretty heavy with taking a lot of counterattack damage. So I didn't see, I mean, we got a 20% defense here, 20% HP. I think it should be, I think it has enough stats. Not enough that you won't need a sand lizard, but I think it has some pretty good defensive stats overall. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the artifact. Okay, so here's the artifact. Let me go ahead and just turn my camera off here. Okay, it's called the Doom Bracers. This is the exemplar version, obviously. Summons a fallen star that rolls in a designated direction, repelling up to 5 enemy legions, dealing diffuse magic damage factor 2000, and inflicting stun for 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the other part. Okay, the fallen star leaves doom flames in its wake that burn for 5 seconds, dealing diffused magic damage every second up to 5 near. I mean, this artifact is insane. When the Legion gains a rune, it gains Magic Keen, magic attack 12% for 15 seconds. And I'll show you guys the max version here. So here is the max version of Doomstar. Skill damage factor 5,000, continuous damage factor 200, magic attack bonus of 25%. One of the biggest things to catch there is when a Legion gains a rune, it gains Magic Keen. So if we go back and we look at our guy over here, our guy Vardun, that's how you say it? Vardun, yeah. This skill right here. While in the field, the Legion has a 100% chance to gain Ravaging Rune upon entering battle. So that is very key to the artifact, because once you awaken him, you're going to instantly get that 25% attack bonus, which is absolutely crazy. Because when we look at, like, for example, the Roaring Rager or Infernal Flame, they both require you in order to cast like a rage skill or whatever. If we look at the Infernal Flame here, you can see that it needs the wielder needs to inflict scorch on the enemies, which doesn't always happen, right? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and you still have to proc like a rage skill and all that in order for that to happen, whereas the other one happens pretty instantly. Now for the Roaring Rager, I'm pretty sure it requires Ruby's volley. Yeah, each volley fire. Yep. I think so. Hold on. Where is? Yeah, it's the volley from. Yep. Yeah, it's from Ruby. So, I think that artifact is broken as hell, and it might be what is needed for the new G5 Mage March to just absolutely destroy people in the field, guys. So I know the kit doesn't like reading the kit off first glance doesn't really excite me like immediately the way the Saluna did, but once you think about the whole kit in its entirety mixed with these Doom bracers that you're gonna need because of Vardun, like, dude, it's definitely gonna go ham. Now, looking at the pet, okay, at the Magic Fox, deals magic damage to the target Legion, damage factor 21 plus 29. I guess that's depending on, determined on your intelligence, which ignores 10% of the target's magic defense, which is, I mean, there's just so much ignoring of defense that there is almost no way this march is not just deleting infantry. And as you guys know, when you take a look at the field, I'll touch a little bit more on that. Like, dude, I mean, the faster you kill the infantry, the better you can make plays. But anyways, each time the Legion inflicts a new debuff type via an innate skill, okay, it gains 1 stack of Phantasm Mark, causing the next instance of War Pet rage skill damage to ignore 15% of the target's magic defense. So causing the next instance of War Pet rage skill damage to ignore 15% of the target's magic defense, max 5 stacks. Like, that's what I think people, including myself, are like not taking the time to like truly understand this. Like, hello? How much more target magic defense are we gonna do? Like, if you mix it with this little Magic Fox, brother, I mean, there's just no way you're not just ripping through freaking tanks with this kit, bro. Casting a War Pet rage skill resets the stack count and sets all debuff types as a new again. And you also got Foxfire damage dealt plus 5% determined by intelligence. So is this like 2 different? Oh yeah, okay, so this top one is just ignoring the target's magic defense and also has a damage factor there. So it has like 2 instances of damage within the kit, it looks like, strengthened by the skill there. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think so far, guys? What do you guys think so far? I think for me, looking at this kit, I do think they're gonna be crazy, bro. simply because of the uptime that you're gonna get from Vardun. Is you got to get them awakened right in order to get like that instant consumption of the rune or whatever, mixed with the pet as well. I think the whole kit together, I think it's gonna be one of those kits that you're gonna have to see them awakened fully before you start really seeing what they're doing, right? Because both Kanta and Vardun have awakening skills that, or both have awakening skills that do more than just 100% damage extra, a little bit of extra. So like both of them have very dominant awakening skills. So I don't think we'll see like their full potential until they're both fully awakened. Now, what is going to be my plan? Am I going to go Saluna? Am I going to go G5 mages? Like, as you guys know, like I'm kind of shifting a little bit lower spend right now, and sometimes life happens and you have to reduce how much you spend on a video game, right? So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I'm in an interesting spot because my new infantry, I have them at 555-2, both of them. So I'm 100% gonna finish my infantry first. I have Saluna at 5251, and I think, like I said, I'm gonna finish my infantry. I'll get the new mages to 5111 though, for sure. That's something I'm always gonna do, and take them out for a spin, because I love to see how they're doing even at low configuration. So as of right now, my plan is to, and the reason why I share this is because I'm sure some of you guys are gonna be in a very similar situation as where you're like, oh crap, do I go Saluna? Do I go with the new mages? Like, what do I even do? My recommendation for you guys is to finish whatever kits you guys have going on right now. For example, like if you're in my situation where your Ella and Joran aren't awakened yet, trust me, you want to awaken those heroes. They're just broken as hell. They're so broken. Like the counterattack damage on them with a good brimstone is crazy. And then after that, we have good old Saluna. So I'll probably end up finishing my Saluna first, since my current mage lineup is doing pretty good. Now, okay, now I say that out loud and I kind of catch myself. Like I said, I'm probably gonna put my Saluna at 5251 or 5251, leave her at that for now. I definitely, like, you guys will see a video eventually of my setup, but even my 5251, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek into my next video. Even a 5251 Saluna is getting me 130k plus reports. I've gotten 100k reports even without Razor Remedy with Saluna at 5251. So when you already have something that's working so good, sometimes it's kind of just better to just go with what you already know is working and could be better, instead of like trying to like gamble and see if you should go with the new mages. On top of that, a lot of you guys have a lot of heroes that already work well with Saluna, so that, in my opinion, is what kind of gives Saluna that like bigger priority in terms of investment. On top of that, with the new season, there's also going to be the policies that go in there that's going to allow us to use legendary Saluna on the ground, so that's going to further elevate her specifically. I know it's only for that season, but that's going to bring up her value as well. She's just doing so good with so many heroes that, in my opinion, that puts her at the top of the priority list when it comes to like deciding who you want to go for. Now, with that being said, I do think that these new mages are going to be pretty crazy, bro. I really do think that. However, I think at first I'm just going to run on with my Sand Lizard for now. And then just kind of I'll follow up with other mage mains to see how they work their kits. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your guys' plans? Are you guys gonna go Saluna? Are you gonna go Vardun first? Are you gonna go Kanta first? Once I get to having to upgrade the new mages, I'm 100% gonna do Awakening Vardun. Now, if I'm seeing that the new mages are popping off and they're going crazy, I have about 500-ish plus tokens. I'll just fully awaken Vardun. That way I can get the full effect of the artifact and let you guys know how it goes from there. So, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be, yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section, guys. Let's go. Let's start bouncing ideas off each other of how we're gonna do things. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the coverage on the scales, guys, and kind of my little analysis that I have going on here for the new heroes, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Definitely helps me out a ton. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, we're still clawing at that 10K. Man, I don't normally like fixate myself on my subscriber count, but because I'm so close to 10K, I have, and it just feels like I'm dragging on my way there. But anyways, if you're not sub yet, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.